There's a guy named Mark. He's 68 years old, worked at Google for 20 years, maxed out his 401A contributions every single year without fail. His account balance is sitting right around $1.2 million. By every measure, he did everything right. He followed the playbook perfectly. Then there's David. Same age, same job title, worked the same 20 years. But David did something different. He capped his 401 contributions at a comfortable level, took the company match, and invested the rest in a regular taxable brokerage account. His 401 balance is only $600,000. Here's the problem. When Mark turns 73, the government is going to force him to withdraw around $45,000 per year from that $1.2 million. And every single dollar of it gets taxed as regular income. Combined with his Social Security and pension, Mark is about to enter a tax bracket he never saw coming. David, with his smaller 401A but bigger taxable account, can take withdrawals far more strategically. He keeps more of his money. Both of these guys followed the advice they were given. One of them is about to realize the advice was incomplete. If you're someone who's been diligently saving into your 401N and nobody has explained required minimum distributions to you yet, subscribe and like this video. Because in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you a trap that catches millions of retirees completely off guard. And more importantly, how to avoid it. Everyone tells you the same thing. Max out your 401A. Get the tax deduction now when you're earning good money. Pay less in retirement when your income is lower. It sounds perfect. It sounds logical. And it's only half the story. Here's what they don't tell you. The government doesn't let you keep that money hidden forever. At age 73, they force you to start taking something called required minimum distributions, or RMDs. These aren't optional. These aren't suggestions. The IRS will hit you with a 25% penalty on any amount you don't withdraw. The real trap isn't the math, it's the psychology.
Our projections for sustainable growth show a sharp
increase winning
increase,
because your money was
here.
growing tax-free.
We anticipate exceeding.
But you were actually making a bet. You bet that taxes in retirement would be lower than taxes during your working years. If that bet is wrong, you don't get a do-over. Think of your 401 as planting a time bomb in your retirement plan and calling it a savings strategy. The bomb isn't the balance. The bomb is the forced withdrawal that detonates the year you turn 73, and you can't disarm it. Here's how the RMD works in actual numbers. Let's say you're 73 years old, and you have exactly $1 million sitting in a traditional 401A. The IRS has a table that tells you how much you have to withdraw based on your age and life expectancy. At 73, that life expectancy factor is 26.5 years. So you divide your balance by that number. 1 million divided by 26.5 equals approximately $37,735. That's your forced withdrawal for the year. That's like adding $3,100 per month in income that you can't avoid, can't defer, and can't negotiate. Now meet Robert. He's 75 years old, spent 35 years building a 401A, balance of $950,000. When his RMDs started at 73, he was forced to withdraw about $41,000 per year. He thought that was manageable. He thought he could handle it. But here's what Robert didn't anticipate. His Social Security benefits were about $40,000 per year. So his total income, before even touching his investment accounts for living expenses, is now $81,000. And thanks to a formula most people have never heard of.
As
Roughly
you can see, the critical risk
85%
factor
of his
has
Social
now
Security
reached 85%.
benefits suddenly becomes taxable.
How?
He went from thinking his Social Security was almost tax-free to having his annual tax bill spike by nearly $12,000. Then it gets worse. That higher income triggers something called IRMAA, which stands for Income-Related Monthly Adjustment Amount. This is the government's way of charging higher Medicare premiums to people with higher incomes in retirement. Robert's Medicare Part B premiums jumped from $203 per month to nearly $600 per month. That's an extra $5,000 per year. This is the domino effect nobody warns you about. One forced withdrawal creates a cascade of hidden taxes that compounds year after year. And once the dominoes start falling, you can't stack them back up. Here's the realization that hits most retirees around age 74. You thought you controlled your retirement income. You thought you built this nest egg, and now you could take from it whenever you wanted, in whatever amounts you wanted. You thought wrong. The government gave you a tax deduction decades ago when you were earning well. Now it's time to collect. And the collection happens on their schedule, not yours. You don't get to say, actually, I don't need the money this year. You don't get to say, I'd prefer to withdraw from my taxable account instead. The IRS says withdraw. You withdraw. That's the trap. It's not really about money. It's about control. In retirement, you want control over your life and your finances. RMDs take that away. They force income into your hands whether you want it or not. They push you into tax brackets you didn't plan for. They trigger Medicare penalties you didn't see coming. They tax your Social Security in ways that seem almost designed to be confusing. I call this the forced distribution squeeze. You thought deferred taxes were a gift. You thought delaying taxes was winning. But you made that bet on an assumption that might have been wrong all along. The good news is that this trap is avoidable. It just requires thinking about retirement taxes differently than most people do. First, if you're in your 60s and you have a substantial 401 balance, start doing something called Roth conversions. This means taking money from your traditional 401A and moving it into a Roth account. Yes, you'll pay taxes on the conversion in that year. But here's why it matters. If you do it before age 73, you're converting at a tax rate you control. During a year when you choose how much income to take. You're not waiting until 73 when the government forces you to take $40,000 or $50,000 at once. A lot of high net worth individuals do this routinely starting at age 60. They convert aggressively in their 60s while they have years of flexibility, and by the time their RMDs hit at 73, their required distributions are much smaller. Second, stop assuming you should maximize your 401A contributions every single year. Some people should. Not everyone should. If you have good income now and you're planning to retire in 10 or 15 years with a large balance, that large balance will force you into higher tax brackets later. Consider capping your 401 at a comfortable level, taking the company match, and putting any additional savings into a tax-exempt brokerage account instead. That gives you flexibility. You can withdraw from taxable accounts on your terms with lower capital gains rates without triggering RMDs. Third, start taking controlled withdrawals from your retirement accounts before RMDs begin. Even if you don't need the money, withdrawing smaller amounts starting at age 59 and a half when you can access your 401
you'll see the compounding effect
penalty-free lets you spread your income across multiple years instead of getting hit with a forced $40,000 or $50,000 withdrawal all at once at 73. This smooths your tax bracket and keeps you out of the penalty zones entirely. Go back to Mark and David for a second. Mark maxed everything out, built the perfect $1.2 million balance, and is now facing a 32% tax bracket on a significant portion of his retirement income. David built a smaller 401n intentionally, and because he was more diversified and flexible, he keeps far more of his wealth. Mark did everything by the book. He followed conventional wisdom perfectly, and conventional wisdom turned out to be incomplete. That's not a failure on Mark's part. That's a failure of the system to explain the full picture until it's too late. The frustration is real. You saved diligently. You deferred gratification. You did what you were told. And now you're finding out there was a piece of the puzzle nobody bothered to show you until you were already 5 moves deep into the game. It's not fair, but it's real. Here's what matters now. Your 401a is still a powerful tool. It's still valuable. You just need to understand that it's one tool among many. The goal isn't to maximize it. The goal is to build a retirement where you control your income and your taxes, not the other way around. Your 401n doesn't need to be a tax trap. It only becomes one if you let the government's forced distribution rules catch you by surprise. Plan ahead, build flexibility, and make sure you own your 401n instead of letting your 401 own you.